What's up, everybody? Back here with another video, and today I'm gonna be breaking down every single major survivor tech in Five Nights Hunted. I'm not gonna lie, bro, Five Nights Hunted sounds so weird, bro. They could have called it Five Nights at Freddy's Hunted, FNAF Hunted, Help Wanted Hunted, I don't know, bro. That name sounds so weird. Anyways, further point, I'm also gonna be telling y'all how to counter these techs. So if you're a killer or survivor, this video is for you. If you're a survivor, you might pick up some new like techs and tricks to use against a killer, and if you're a killer, you'll learn how to shut these down, since I'm be also telling you how to counter it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so the first thing on our list, we got locker techs. These are one of the most common and classic survivor tech, locker plays. Now, this was actually recently like nerfed I think it was a few days ago, maybe like a week ago, I don't really remember, but it was nerfed. There's a cooldown now, so you can't just spam lockers. But the tech is still effective and it still works if the killer doesn't know how to respond to it. So there are two different like locker type techs, at least right now, that I know of. The first one, which is what I like to call, is the bait and switch. It's where a survivor jumps into a locker, and just as the killer's about to open it, they hop out, causing the killer to open the wrong locker, like the one right beside them, and then they get a head start running away while you're opening it. So that's the first tag. How do you counter it? Well, first thing, don't immediately search the locker. Wait for them to exit out of it and then hit them after their iframes wear off, because as soon as they get out, you won't be able to hit them. There's like a few like milliseconds of iframes, so wait for them to get out the locker, wait like a tiny millisecond, and then hit, and yeah, it'll work. So next thing we have the locker hit block, which is what I like to call. Now this one's kind of subtle, but if a survivor stands too close to a locker and you swing your weapon, you might accidentally open the locker, which most of the time they're not even trying to do this on purpose as survivors. So this isn't really a tech, this is just like a thing to watch out for. Sometimes when you try to hit a survivor by the locker, you try to like open a door, or accidentally search the locker. So be wary, make sure you're opening doors or trying to hit a survivor instead of opening the locker. Alright, next thing, we got door techs. Doors are one of the most abused features in this game right now. Players are finding like new door things every single day, and I'm about to break you down every single one that we know right now so far. So you already know this, but I'm just going to go over it anyways, just in case you don't, but everybody does, but whatever. This is the standard door slam. This is just where you close the door in the killer's face, and it lets you buy time or create space. There's not really no counter to this. The only thing you can really do is use the perk Brute Force. But yeah, getting the door, slamming it on your face is just part of the game. So yeah, if you're not slamming door on killers' faces, you need to start doing it more. That's literally the only way you can like do it. It's like the pallets of this game. So the next one we have is trap in face. This is where a survivor hides right behind an open door, and then when the killer tries to enter the room, they close the door and phase through the door, trapping the killer inside, where they have to reopen the door to get to them. The way to counter this is you have to open the door but do not enter. Just wait for them to make a move, or try baiting them to close the door, or you can enter the room, and then just as they close the door, you go backwards into the room so you can get them. So yeah. The next one we have is the slip by. This is where a survivor stands behind the door, and then once you open it, they immediately go into your body and slide past you, pause, without you noticing sometimes. Now, it's like the other one, except for you don't have to close the door to do this, but they usually do. And also, they're not hiding behind the door, they're just like right in front of it, ready to run past your body. It usually works best on doors that you can't see through. The counter to this is almost the same as above. Don't rush into the room, open the door, wait, pause, wait to see what they're gonna do, and then hit them. The next one we have, which is kind of like a door tech, is called the loop door infinite. This is where the most popular places that have this is like Afton's house, the bedroom in Afton's house. A survivor will like loop between a vent and two doors, and then they will like repeatedly like switch sides, and then they'll close the door once they get to the other side. So they'll go through the vent. Once you go to the other side, they'll close the door. So yeah. The only really counter you can try to do is use your speed boost to predict where they're going to go, and then you phase through the closing door, and if you can do it at the right time, you'll catch them in and you'll be able to hit them. It's very hard to do, but you can do it sometimes. So yeah. Alright, next thing we got vent techs. There's actually not really a lot of vent techs. There's actually only one, and it's actually pretty common. Survivors just hop in a vent and they wait for you to go around, and then they go back to the other side. you probably literally already do this. The only way to really counter this is not chase them or try to like fake your movement so you can use your speed boost to switch to the other side and catch them off guard. But usually that's not gonna work. If a survivor like has an infinite like what's it called, like a vent where they could just keep going through the vent when you go to the other side, to be honest, I would just leave the loop because there's not really much you can do. Alright, next thing, we got the killer body tech. I know that sounds weird. You're like, what is he talking about, pause? Well, this is like the door phase one from the door techs, except for there's no door. And this is literally when a survivor will just run into the killer's body and then they run back out of it repeatedly. And sometimes the killer will miss their M1. The counter to this is, as a killer, you just do not panic swing. When they run into your body, wait for them to come back out and then you hit them again. Be patient and be precise. Also, on a quick note, can we replay what I did to that Bonnie's ankles? This dude ran into the door. I closed him in. Oh my god, bro. So that's pretty much all the main survivor techs I could think of. At least the ones being used a lot right now. There might be some more I missed, so if you've seen them or know any, just drop them in the comments. Hope this helped you guys out, killers and survivors. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.